it's me, Jody, and I am here to start off the design series of the finalist, Mr. Tony Medlock. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do. When I was watching you do it, there were so many great ideas. So I can't wait for you to show everybody.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to be a finalist. I'm really excited about that. First, I want to talk about this great carbon container from UCI. It's very versatile, comes in multiple sizes. Just love it to death. So I added the flower foam and cut it completely flat because the technique we're going to talk about today is pave. Pave is French for pavement. Did you know that, Jody?
I did not know that, but I do now.
Excellent.
Because I watch all the videos.
So one of the things I want to talk about is flowers that are in your cooler that get shoved into a vase and then you never do anything with them. The lowly broken carnation. A lot of times I have brides that don't want rose petals. Right. So we will take and we'll cut the rose petal. We'll cut the carnation petals.
Wow. Like Edward Scissorhands.
I love making a mess.
Me
and
too.
Then the next thing you do is you take the carnation, you grab the calyx, grab the head, and you pull and you twist. And you come up with this carnation cup. And you quite simply cut that.
Very cool.
And then you can pave that in just like so. Here, try one yourself.
You want me to try one?
Yeah. Give it
do
a
I
whirl.
just pull it off, or do I have to cut it too?
You don't have to cut it.
I don't have to cut it. That was just for the rose petal people.
Just for the rose petal people.
Got it.
But if you pull and twist,
it
pops right out.
And then we just throw that away.
Throw it away.
You like throwing things.
Well, I certainly do.
I like throwing things too.
And you can just add that in right there.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
That's a great way to use. And if carnations have kind of they're in decline.
Yeah, if they're starting to show a little bit of damage or a little bit of wear,
you can still sell this.
You can still sell that.
That's really great.
Okay. Next thing I want to show people, trachelium. Available all year round. Very versatile flower. People use it for all different kinds of things. I'm going to show you a new way to pave that.
Can't wait.
Okay, because the average person would just take it. They would just simply, and it would be about ½ inch off. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take needle nose pliers and reach into the base right there.
Very cool.
And I'm going to insert all the way.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm going to hold with this hand and release and pull out, and it comes out just like that. And it also works great with things like seafoam status as well. We have some great lilies. Mayesh is, they have so many amazing lilies. A lot of times you get the 3 to 5 blooms, and you can always just break off one. I find myself breaking off 1 or 2 blooms at a time, and then we always end up with all these lily buds. And the best way to pave lily buds is you want it to go straight in. You want them to stand straight up like soldiers.
Very good.
So we'll place that one. And
you went past just the stem insertion. You actually inserted the bottom part of the bud as well. So it's really secure.
Right. It's going in deeper. I'll turn to the camera. And since they're 3-sided, you always want to have the flat on the flat. That way you have a nice compact look. Very, very concise, very compact.
Great technique.
Let's move on. Let's show them the roses.
The roses.
Fabulous roses. So, sometimes we get a rose that'll have a little bit of damage. Sometimes they get tired in the cooler. And my first instinct is to go, ugh! Here's what
very violent.
Well, you know, for dramatic effect. If the petal isn't looking that great, if you just simply pull this off,
that's pretty right there.
Yep. You still have the hip of the rose intact, and we'll just put it right here.
So that's something that would have just wound up on the design room floor.
Would have designed on the design room floor,
or in the compost heap or whatever.
Let's try it again.
Okay, got it.
Grab one. Let's do it together.
You're making me do it. Good grief.
I'm going to make her do all the work. Come on.
Fine. Okay, so we're just going to kind of pinch and
just pinch and pull, just like that.
That's great. You could have your delivery driver do this, right?
Yeah, you could.
Because anybody could really do this.
Exactly.
Even those delivery drivers.
Yeah, so when you have a wedding that you're doing all these rose petals, you're going to be throwing all the stems and all this away. Here's a way to repurpose them.
Got it.
And I've even, for special events and parties, just lined up the roses without the calyxes. So let's go to the yarrow next.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Fabulous. I'm going to cut the stems off.
Yes.
Same treatment we did with the trachelium. If you watch really close,
it's like time lapse or something. It's really kind of cool to watch it.
If you watch really close, And see, there's where you'd normally get it to Pave too, but I'm going to get it all the way in there, hold that, then release with the pliers just like that. So those are just a couple of paving tricks that you can use.
Great tricks.
Next, we want to talk about one of my favorite flowers. I don't know if it's a favorite of yours.
It is.
Absolutely. This is the, you usually see it in the blue form. This is eryngium. This is actually hybrid eryngium. Comes in the fabulous like greenish blue color. And again, you can come in and just pave that and look at all the texture that we're creating in the arrangement. Texture, I'm all about texture. Love, love, love texture. You know, this is April, and you know, when you think of April, everything's thawing out. It's spring, all the bulbs are in season. But most people don't know that tulips are available almost year-round on the bulb from Mayesh as one of their awesome blossoms.
So many people don't know that.
Yes.
That's great that you chose that.
I just took a couple of stems, simply inserted a couple of wood picks. If you'll see, they're slightly apart. I'm just going to hold the wood pick together, and then as I insert, then push the bulb in just a little bit further. So then we'll just add another tulip right behind it. Always like to work in groupings.
Groupings are great.
Yes.
Instead of one notes.
And if you grab me one of those branches of forsythia.
I will do that. I'd be glad to. Do you want the taller, fuller one, or the shorter, not so much?
The shorter one, not so full.
The shorter one that's not so full.
Yes.
He has a different personality.
Indeed, I do.
His personality is a little too big.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the right choice.
And you can tell just by looking at this forsythia, if you look, the branches are much more uniform. They're not as wild and crazy as my hair. But anyway, forsythia is a fabulous flower, and most people don't realize that it's actually in season in the fall. We get it from October into even December, so not just a springtime flower out of the Pacific Northwest. In the fall and winter, it actually comes out of Holland. So if you're curious about, well, can I get it or is it not available? Always call Mayesh, because it probably is available from somewhere.
It's a big planet.
It is.
It's
indeed.
in season somewhere.
It is.
They'll find it for us.
So then we just add that. If you want to grab some astilbe for me.
I can do that.
Astilbe's
wait, astilbe's right here. Sorry.
I can't take her anywhere. Astilbe is another great flower. We're just going to place that right there. It generally comes out of Holland. When it's not grown in Holland, it's generally sourced out of Chile. So
those are great tips. Good to know. Good to know.
So then we come over, and again, more texture with the scabiosa pods of year-round availability at this point. Just a couple of those. And
people love those. They're still kind of fascinated by that. It's still something that they've not seen.
I use it in bridal work all the time. It makes great boutonnieres, things of that nature. So this has just been a couple of the simple techniques that we've shown. I'll move this out of the way. And this is truly the finished product. And how we actually started the arrangement is we took some of the green sea glass from UCI and just covered the very edge of the container.
Just poured it on there.
Just poured it right on there, added all of the placements in, and did a nice paved arrangement. Again, using a lot of techniques for flowers you might have ended up throwing in the trash. We've now turned those into cash using one of Tony's tips. So
those are great tips that you can take back, that they can take back and make money with instead of throwing things away. So I'm so glad you shared ways to renew things as we're in the season of renewal.
Exactly.
We're repurposing and reusing and being profit-minded. And what a clever thing that you've shown us. And I can't wait to see the rest of your series. Congratulations on being a finalist.
Thank you so much. My name is Tony, and please tune in July for my next segment.